Hey guys, Sketchy here coming at you with another episode of Sketchy Unscripted. I wanted to take advantage of the fact that these videos don't really take a lot of time to edit and process and kind of wander outside the realm of Pony for a moment and still talk about something that's related to cartoons and animation. Steven Universe. It's a cartoon on Cartoon Network that's been getting a lot of attention recently during the second half of its first season. I just got into the show recently, finished season 1 yesterday, watched the first episode of season 2 this morning, and I wanted to share with you guys my impressions on it, how I first got into the show, and what I think of it now that I've completed a whole season. I first heard about Steven Universe around the time it came out, late 2013. I watched the first 3 episodes, but it didn't leave a lasting impression on me. It was kind of like Adventure Time for me where I can see why people would like it, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. But as the series went on and it made more and more episodes, I started to hear a lot more about it, both online and in real life. A lot of artists that I follow began making art for the show, and a lot of people in my animation classes have been saying a lot of good things about the show. And it sparked that curiosity in me to see what all the fuss was about. So finally, like a month ago, I decided to sit down and watch the rest of the episodes from where I left off. Unfortunately, I had been spoiled about a lot of things that happened later on in the show, and just to keep in mind, I'm going to be discussing said spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you leave now. So yeah, I was spoiled about a lot of things by the time I decided to give this show a try. Garnet being a fusion, Amethyst's whole backstory, the fact that Lion used to belong to Rose, all of that stuff. And thankfully, it didn't sour the viewing experience for me, unlike a lot of spoilers have in the past. I was still able to really enjoy what the series had to offer. And now that I finished season 1, I look back on it and I think I really regret not giving this show a chance when I first came across it. The characters, all of their relationships are great. Like, one of the things that I love about shows and stories and characters is the relationships between those characters. And when those relationships are really genuine and feel very real, that's a huge plus for me. From the get-go, my favorite gem was Garnet, just because out of all the gems, she's the one that believes in Steven the most. She's the one that shows the most faith in him, and that kind of encouragement that she gives him, I think that's a great quality that she has. And my least favorite gem is Pearl. Thankfully, I'm not alone on this one. It's not MLP all over again, where my least favorite character is the character that a lot of people love. But even though Pearl is my least favorite, I cannot say that I don't like her because she does have a lot of good development, especially in the episode Rose's Scabbard, and the soundtrack that plays toward the end of that episode was just amazing. Like, that's another thing that the show has going for it, a beautiful soundtrack. A lot of the things that I really like about modern cartoons is the soundtrack. It's even better when I can actually find those tracks on YouTube and save them and listen to them casually, because the songs and the soundtrack are just that good. So to anyone that thinks that Cartoon Network has lost its touch or that it'll never return to the greatness that it once had, I just recommend that you watch this show because it'll easily prove you wrong. I'm definitely glad that I took the time to give this show another chance. So those are my thoughts on Steven Universe. I don't know if me going this off topic will be a regular thing in this series of videos, but we'll just see how it goes. This is a very experimental series and I'm just trying different things out to see what works. Let me know your thoughts on this unscripted video in the comments below, and if you have any questions about how I feel about other aspects of the show, feel free to ask me down there as well. And as always, you can hit me up on Tumblr, and until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.